How y'all doing? It's Killer J. Welcome back to another training video. I'm going to be training with my friend Sam Bailey right behind the camera.
What the hell did you just say?
Starting off, we're just gonna work some basic punching combos.
Okay.
Starting off, we're just gonna work some basic punching combos. I like the paddles because they teach you how to follow through without necessarily relying on a target. A lot of times people will throw a punch, and like in shadow boxing, it's a great punch, and then as soon as they expect a focus mitt, they do this if they miss. But these will teach you to not ever overextend and still pop your strikes out in a pretty strong way. So we're just gonna go through some basic punching combos and then we'll go from there. Okay. One, two, one, cross, two, one, two. So basic mechanics for the jab. If you're doing a typical boxing jab, you'll kind of like rotate your hips and snap at the same time. That can be a little dangerous in Muay Thai, but it doesn't mean it's wrong. So in Muay Thai, if I really like pull like this, that gives them a big target to hit my leg, okay? Not saying that it's not something you can do. That's just basic boxing jab. For our cross, we're gonna pivot our foot pretty big, kind of like we're smushing a bug right there, and then as he pulls that cross back, he unpivots his foot. Come this way a little bit, just so you can see it. Cross, pivot, and unpivot. Beautiful. Okay? A few more jabs and crosses. Two. One. Two. One. And two. All right. Moving on, we got the push kick, also known as the foot jab in Muay Thai. Boxers have the jab, Muay Thai fighters have the push kick, okay? It's kind of a longer range jab. It's a really good weapon just for gauging range, keeping people at bay, defensive, offensive, setups, all sorts of things. So we're gonna start with the front leg push kick, which is the foot jab, and then we'll work the back leg push kick as well. So starting off basic mechanics for the foot jab, I want to lift my knee straight up. Then I'm going to swing my arm as I extend that kick. I want to pull my knee straight back and then go down. Okay, so a few reps with Nate. Get. Yes. Yeah, really exaggerate 90 degrees. Yes. Good. One more. Good. Now, what I really like about push kicks and teeps, you can really like diversify how you're using them. For example, all right, let's say I'm walking at Nate and he doesn't want to push kick me in the stomach. He might just hit my hip really lightly to stop me from moving, and you can poke it a little bit. Okay? It doesn't hurt me, but if I try to punch him, right, he stopped me. Okay? Another thing you can do, just go to my shoulder, you can hit the face. So if I'm walking at him, he might teep me in my face, he's hitting my shoulder to be nice, but if I'm coming at him, bang, right? It's a really good weapon. One thing, as a cue when it comes to the push kick, where your femur points, so where this bone in your leg points, determines where that kick will go, okay? So if I aim it down at his knee, that's where it's gonna go. If I aim it at his hip, that's where it's gonna go. If you lean back and you're really pulling that leg up, all of a sudden that's where that face teep will come into play. So let's throw a few push kicks with the lead leg and then we'll work the back leg.
One thing I noticed with this kick is like it doesn't always take as much power to really knock your opponent back. I mean, well, to knock him back, it does take a lot of power, of course. But like to just simply take him out for a round,
yep. Like
it'll definitely like hit, especially if they're tired, it'll take that air out of them.
Yep.
Or definitely if you hit him in that liver, like the Sam does multiple times, and it hurts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely knock him down a couple of times.
Yeah, it's low risk, high reward. Good luck. Yeah.
I'm editing this video right now. I just realized I gotta talk up a little bit more. But if you're liking this video and you haven't already, hit that like and subscribe for more content like this in the future. Thank you.
Beautiful. Okay, back leg push kick, a little bit more powerful. I would say a little higher risk as well. A lot of people are like savvy to blocking with their elbows, so sometimes you'll jam your toes. But this kick snaps out a little bit more like a karate kick. One of the benefits of the back leg push kick is you can do it from a wider stance. So a lot of MMA fighters will throw up back leg push kicks from this wider stance. I can't do this from, or I can't do a front leg push kick from this stance right here. I would have to push all my weight back and then go. So that's why you see a lot of Thai fighters standing right here, because they can just lift and check and be able to stand tall with their weapons. So back leg push kick now, he's really gonna snap from the knee and drive the ball of his foot into the belly pad, okay? Yes. Good. Okay, so let's have you turn this way. One of like the really cheeky, I guess, not additions, but like versions of the back leg push kick I like to throw is the one that Nate was just talking about, that you dig into the liver. So imagine a mix between a round kick and a push kick, and a round out that push kick and hit the liver. Okay. Good. Yep. Again. Yeah. Actually, so let's go back to this side. Go southpaw for me. This is the liver side. So right here. Yes. Again. Nice. Put the toe, ball of the toe. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Really fun weapon. We're going to talk about elbows in Muay Thai. One of the main differences between Muay Thai and kickboxing is the use of elbows. Elbows are also the only weapon that is illegal in amateur fighting for MMA that becomes legal in professional MMA, because they're so devastating, especially if you're like on top of somebody and throwing down elbows. Vicious weapons. So we're going to work a few of the basic elbows for Muay Thai. Starting off, we got the slicing elbow. Point your palm out, chicken wing your arm, and just like throwing a big right hook, that's how you're throwing this elbow right here. Your whole body is behind it, okay? So a few. My bad. Good. Yes, nice. Good. Okay, lead elbow. So that's the slicing elbow. Now you can modify that slicing elbow to go any direction. It could be an up slicing elbow, a down slicing elbow, kind of horizontal, whatever. We did a horizontal just to show the other ones. Let's say he does a down slicing elbow. Good. Slicing. Down slicing elbow. Yes. Again. Good. Okay. Up slicing elbow. Good. Again. Good. Okay. So slicing elbows are meant to cut. It's pretty violent. It is what it is. These are the elbows that are meant to cut people. Now we have the smashing elbow. Sometimes, if you don't have any more space to come forward, and you know that a right hand isn't going to be the best thing to throw, like if it's just too short, the smashing elbow is a great thing to throw. So if I'm throwing a smashing elbow, I'm going to have my thumb facing towards my face, and just like a big straight cross, I throw that elbow in right there. Now, similar to the slicing elbow, I'm throwing it like this, but I'm not bringing it up. I'm trying to hit with the whole forearm, bang, and just crash it in. All right, so smashing elbow. Okay, now cheeky elbow, fun little one to do, is the down elbow. The down elbow is a really vicious elbow. You want to make sure that you're hitting people either right across the front of the face, in the back of the head, or on the ears. Because if you just bonk somebody on the top of their head, that's probably going to hurt your elbow pretty bad, okay? So, down slicing elbow, two ways that you can do it. You can either just go straight 12-6, like this, or you can bring your arm out and then in, okay? They're similar, a little bit different though. They are two different types of elbows. So again, up and straight down, or out and then in, okay? These are the tomahawk / down 12-6 elbows. I'm not the best at holding for these, but I'll just go. favorite elbow. You want to check it?
Yep, still going.
All right, probably my favorite elbow besides the slicing elbow is the spinning elbow. The key to the spinning elbow is kind of like purposely missing your punch. So for this first one, I'm gonna have Nate purposely miss his hook. Okay, he's gonna step his foot across, then he's gonna turn, and just like how you would turn in spinning back kick, you're just gonna throw an elbow instead. All right, so we'll go slow a few times, and then we'll do it a little bit faster. So miss your hook, step, bang, good. Miss your hook, beautiful. One more. Good. Yes. Okay, same thing on the other side. I would just make it look like an overhand instead. Miss the overhand, step your foot, turn, and then elbow. Yes. Yes. One more. Good. Yes. Very nice. Okay. Now let's talk about some knees. Muay Thai knees are a really good weapon. Ideally, they're done against the ropes or as a counter. So, for example, if I go to throw a big right hand and he slips out of the way as he throws his knee, bang, that's one of the most devastating shots you can take. Look up RDR versus Bo Nickel. That's exactly how he finished Bo Nickel in his MMA fight. So again, if I miss a big right hand, bang, there's his knee. And additionally, if you saw, he can parry my punch too. So he makes me really turn into that knee. Really good counter. Otherwise, if we pretend that I'm on the ropes and I have nowhere else to go, this is where the knees can really come into play. I really only try to throw knees as a counter or when they're on the ropes, okay? When we're at space like this, if I try to throw a knee, he's just gonna step back. And now I'm overextended. Not where I wanna be. So, basic knee combos. One knee. Two knee. One knee. Two knee. Okay. As a general rule, just for the fundamentals of the knee, we teach people to swing their arm parallel to the hip. Some people feel really vulnerable doing that, and I understand. So some people will just kind of throw their arm out like that. I don't like that because if I swing my arm out while I'm trying to throw my knee up, it's a weird balance for my body.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask you, is it mandatory to throw it like that or like just swing it down like this? Because like you swing it down like this, you are a little.
Yeah. Well, you did something really good. So this is what I was gonna point out. That's how we teach it fundamentally. But if you're high level enough and you understand your body mechanics, watch how Nate threw his knee. He threw it with his hands still up. So he's able to get that shoulder torque without swinging his whole arm down, okay? The same thing occurs with low kicks. A lot of people low kick, and they still, you can just keep my leg, they still have their hands up right here. So again, bang, go to the other side, low kicks, bang, one more, bang. The knee is the same way. You don't need to swing your whole arm down if you're able to still keep one hand up. Bang, you see, he's still protected. He goes to knee, he's still protected. Okay, knees are really good weapons. Basic fundamental mechanics though, point your toes, pull your heel to your butt. You're gonna do a little calf raise right at the top. And at the same time, you're leaning back and swinging that arm or pulling that shoulder back. Knee.
Good information, dog.
All right, body kicks. Body kicks are also a really popular Muay Thai weapon. Muay Thai itself is largely scored traditionally off of the round kick. Like, even if you're boxing somebody up, they're gonna score one kick better than 10 punches, at least depending on where you're fighting. In America, that's not so much the case because we have different scoring systems, but in Thailand, especially in the 80s and up until the 2000s and stuff like that, kicks scored bigger than boxing. It just is what it is. So, basic Muay Thai round kick, you're gonna take a step out and he's gonna drive his kick all the way through my shoulder. If I were to not catch his kick, he would do a full spin. But I'm here, ready to catch his kick. Other side. The switch kick as well. Good. If you slow this down, you'll see that his knee is driving through my shoulder, and then he lets that kick go. So you actually want to start with a bent leg, and right when you swing your arm, that's when the kick comes all the way through. Okay, let's do a few more. Just a really satisfying weapon. Good. Again. How does this patch feel?
feel perfect. It feel better than mine.
Really?
Yes.
They're not hard as fuck.
It's maybe like the exact same. No.
I'm gonna break them. Okay. All right. Punches, kicks, knees, elbows. All right. Let's go into the spin kick. Okay. I'm not sure how catching this is gonna feel, but I'll just take this off. You can do something. Okay. Now, not so much a Muay Thai technique, but still a great kickboxing and fight technique. All good stuff. Okay. We got the spin kick. The key to the spin kick is going to be kind of threefold. One, I need to make sure that I'm able to turn real tightly. Two, I want to keep this leg tucked. Okay? If I try to spin from here, it's way too much momentum, and I'm not going to be able to be controlled with that kick. Think about if you were underwater. If I go to kick you underwater like that, it's way too slow. But if I spin right here and then let that kick go, there's a lot more power on it. Okay? I'm not the best at spin kicks, but I understand kind of the basic fundamental techniques. Nate, on the other hand, is pretty good at spin kicks. So we're just gonna kind of play and he's gonna use some setups to get that spin kick going. A really good setup that I like to do, low kick, I'll low kick again, and then I'll low kick and immediately spin into that kick. So let's kind of show
that momentum to like bring your leg back and actually spin it.
Yep, exactly. So, simulating a little spar, let's say we're here, he low kicks me once, bang. Okay, he low kicks again, bang. He does it a third time, I think he's done, bang. There's that spin kick. Okay, let's do it from the same position. I will this time. I got you. One, okay. Two, and third one, bang, bang. There you go. Another spin kick that you can do if you don't want to bring it up to the head, it takes a little bit more control, but you can do the spinning back kick instead. So we'll just show this one again, but the mechanics are the same. I turn, I keep this tucked, and then all at the same time, I let that kick go. Okay, it's a little bit harder because you go from spinning to a straight line versus spinning all the way through. All the way through is going to be a little bit easier. So for this one, let's say similar setup to the spinning elbow. Let's say he misses a hook, he turns, and then he spins into that back kick, bang. One of the keys to the spinning back kick is that you gotta throw your shoulders in the opposite direction. So if you notice, when he does that kick, he pushes his torso out as this kick, bang, comes in. That motion right there is how you get the power.
One question I do have is, so let's say you're dealing with an opponent who's moving around too much, like their footwork is, let's say they came from boxing recently and their footwork is perfect.
Yeah.
Like they're moving around constantly. The thing is about that spinning back kick, you have to like really like time and set them up.
Yeah.
And like it's all in like one fast second.
Yeah.
And you throw it out, it's like you might miss it, and like you might hit it, but it slides off.
Yeah.
And like it's still overextended in a very over position.
Yeah.
How do you like? What's the best like timing you can do for that? For someone with like a lot of footwork.
Okay, I'm gonna restate that question. Okay, so his question is, fighting somebody with a lot of footwork, they're just all over the place, I can't catch them, but I need something big to hit them with, something like a spinning kick. How do I get that person to be affected by the kick, but also not overextend myself? The answer is, it just depends, right? In a fight, there's no telling for sure what somebody's gonna do, but let's say I keep on going to my left, right? I keep on going to my left, and he's going to the right, okay? At one point, I might fake to the left, and then step and make him run into it. That's the whole thing with fighting though. You're trying to get somebody to run into your shots. They're trying to not run into your shots. Nothing's ever gonna go always perfect. So yeah, it's chess. It's chess. I mean, it's chess, except you get really tired and really hurt, and everybody has different chess pieces. So it's a lot harder than chess. But if you do overextend yourself, you need to practice that on purpose. So what happens if I spin and I end up way out of place? I need to drill that on purpose and come right back to my stance. So I like in shadow boxing sometimes, I'll purposely throw something, trip over my feet,